You can leave this out if you don't trust me. But if you don't trust me by now, are we even friends? That looks good. To know it is to love it. This little superstar. To know it is to love it. This little superstar is less than $1 and it's the secret ingredient to the next 3 delicious recipes I'm gonna show you. I always keep a box of this in my pantry. Sometimes it can just be, come in clutch when you need a quick side dish or just, a little accompaniment to your soups and stews. But we're gonna get a little creative with it today. So I'm starting first with my little sweet and spicy Sloppy Joe Casserole. Sloppy Joe Casserole. Now, who don't love a Sloppy Joe? Green bell pepper is classic here. If you don't like it, you can do red or yellow. And say what you want. I know, I think a lot of Southerners are gonna come for me a little bit, but this is what I use to make my cornbread. I like a sweeter cornbread. This is sure to be a family favorite. It's just an easy weeknight meal, comforting, but a little bit something different also. I'm also gonna go in with a couple cloves of garlic, and then that's it. It's all gonna come together in our skillet. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of olive oil and get my onions and bell peppers going. I'm also gonna go ahead and throw in the garlic as well. I'm gonna add in just a little bit of salt. And we're gonna cook these down till they're nice and tender. We love a Sloppy Joe. That used to be like what my mom would fix when they would go out. We'd always have Sloppy Joes for some reason. Once those onions are translucent, I'm gonna crank up the heat and add in the meat. All right, check it out. You can see the flavor that's developed along the skillet. That's what I want. For our Sloppy Joe sauce, you can use the can if you want, but this is all the stuff you need. Mainly ketchup, mustard, tomato paste, some brown sugar, some Worcestershire. This adds a little saltiness, a little heat with some Tabasco, and then just a little bit of garlic powder. And I'm adding in a little bit of water just to make it a little saucy. I need to add in a little bit of pepper. That part is done. Now we just make our little topping with my little special surprises. All right, for the topping, the star of the episode, the Jiffy Cornbread mix. 1/3 cup of milk and 1 egg. So I'm gonna mix that up. I always add in sour cream to this mixture. It just kind of makes it a little bit more moist. Some cheddar cheese and a little more hot sauce. Now before I pour this over the top, I'm adding in the little surprise I was telling you about. My husband puts, when he makes a Sloppy Joe, he makes it with mayonnaise, cheese, and pickles. And I have to say, pickle was a nice touch. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of pickle. You can leave this out if you don't trust me. But if you don't trust me by now, are we even friends? The cornbread goes straight on top. You don't want it to mix in, so try to get it, just an even layer for making it up as I go. Looks kind of perfect. That's it, into the oven until it is golden brown and delicious. Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe, yeah. Be good. Now, this is one of those things that's gonna need to sit for a minute. Oh, we don't have that kind of time. Look at that. That looks good. This is your weekly dinner. Y'all, don't sleep on that pickle, okay? Because it kind of makes it. The cornbread is definitely not dried out, but it's crusty enough that it kind of sops up the Sloppy Joe sauce, It's sweet, it's salty, you taste a little bit of that briny pickle, but then you get a little bit of the kick from the Tabasco. I mean, it's just like a Sloppy Joe, but elevated. This was a good place to start. This next one is my take on the viral corn casserole. We're gonna update it and load it up. So I'm gonna call it loaded corn casserole. This is gonna be your go-to side for the holidays, for any special occasion, or just a delicious dinner. Even would be great next to anything off the grill. So I'm cooking up 6 pieces of bacon that I've chopped up. We're gonna cook that really crispy while at the same time melting a stick of butter. This one's really easy. This is a dump and go situation. So don't blink and don't go anywhere. Okay, I just wanna be sure every little piece is crispy. Are you a crispy bacon or a chewy bacon? Crispy, like a normal person. That's what you want. Okay, crispy. I'm gonna go in with about a tablespoon of the bacon grease, and then I'm gonna drain the rest of my bacon. So I've got a can of cream corn and then a can of regular corn kernels that I'm gonna drain. Now this is like a spoon situation, okay? This is not gonna be pieces of cornbread. This is a side dish. It's like corn pudding. And then our friend, some sour cream, and then cheese. Okay, and then I'm gonna stir in our bacon and then some green onions. You really just need the green parts for this. And then finally, a little bit of Cajun seasoning.
What's the name of that one?
Slap your mama. Just don't slap me. All right, and that's it. Now, I've seen some recipes where they put an egg in and some do not. An egg won't hurt it. It's just gonna like puff it up just a little bit. That is gonna be good stuff. I'm just going to pour it in our casserole dish. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, so that's it. This just goes into the oven, 350 for probably about 40 minutes or so. We'll check in a little bit. Oh, this smells good. Toasty around the edges. The inside is gonna be nice and soft. That is some hot corn pudding. And my mouth just started watering. 100%. Why have I not made this for Thanksgiving every year? It is so good. It is so like rich and creamy. You get like the bits of corn in there, but also like that crusty edge. That bacon makes you think it's like a full meal. Like this could be your main dish, not even your side. Winner, winner, winner. You have to make this. I don't need to sit here and eat this whole thing. We got one more to make. All right, now I'm giving you my go-to cornbread recipe. This is when the weather starts getting cold, you make your chili, your beef stew, anything where you want a side of cornbread, this is the recipe I love. I'm doing my jalapeno cheese cornbread muffins. So I'm gonna start with 2 eggs, 2/3 cup milk, and then in with our 2 boxes, and then in with some sour cream and some more creamed corn. Now, if they have just the small can, that's like a better size to get because you don't need this whole can. Jalapeños, pickled jalapeños, doesn't add too much heat, but it adds great flavor. And then our cheese. I'm using a cheddar jack. You could use like a Mexican blend, whatever you want. See how good that looks? Yes, Nicole, I see how good that looks. Okay, so I'm gonna do muffins. So you definitely wanna give it a little spray. And then I'm just gonna spoon it into our muffin tin. I also love it because it like makes exactly what it's supposed to make. 2 boxes equals exactly 12 muffins. Now, what I thought would be a cute idea, just to let people know that there are jalapenos in here, let's just put a little slice of fresh jalapeno on the top. Cute, cute, cute. These are going to bake at 400 degrees just for about 15 minutes. Bring that to the next chili cook-off. You'll win. See what I mean? They just work every time. How good do those look? Perfectly golden brown, and wait till you see the inside. These are a great thing to bring, like, you know, like if you bring dinner over for some friends and maybe it's some stew or soup or something, but to make these little muffins on the side. They'll think you went all out on a homemade adventure, but we know the secret. Serve them up in a cute little basket. Seriously, seriously. It's just the perfect recipe, thanks to our little secret ingredient. I think the biggest problem with cornbread is that they're just too dry. They're like super crumbly, and that's just not the way I like my cornbread. It's not gonna happen with this recipe. Look at that. I mean, you can see the moist, sweet, juicy corn in there, the cheese, the little flecks of jalapeno. I mean, so many other cornbreads you have to like sop into the soup. This one's good on its own. It's just delicious. I mean, you get the little kick from the jalapeno for sure, but it's also salty and sweet at the same time. Y'all should try this cornbread. If you never made cornbread, just start with this recipe and then go from there. I hope I've shown you that you can make a lot more than just plain old cornbread with a box of the good stuff. Not only do these taste amazing, but they were so easy to make, and really, they can be made so fast. It's like they're made in a jiffy. I wonder if that's why they call it that. Made in a jiffy.
Should we use a slap chop for that part?
Again, we don't want to use a slap chop because it's just unnecessary. I'm just forgot how to stir. Never met a pickle I don't like.
Don't worry, I got it.
Thank you.